Welcome back, everyone, to another daily trade review where I'll be going over my day trades, my swing trades, and of course a little bit of GameStop as well. We have to, right? And we actually had a 734% play today to break down, so massive win for us. But first things first, we're gonna get through our morning watch, our morning trades. Didn't do much for the day other than a SPY put, which did pay out, as aforementioned, quite nicely. And then just like taking it easy, right? We did scale out some more SBET as well. That's paying out really, really nice. That's our swing for the last week, I feel like. We'll go over that as well, right? So that's what we'll be covering. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, you know, all that, right? So in the morning, we've got our watch list as we always do. And we actually ended up trading this. So last night, and this might, what was this? Let's take a look here. After hours watch, XAGE not here, not on the watch last night. So this is a fresh play. It could have been on watch though, because we get that movement and then, you know, holds the 200. Another pop up this morning, which is like definitely on watch. Holds the 200 again. Another pop up. Okay, we like it. I enter on this view up reclaim, this red bar right here. I'm like, okay, that's it. We've got confirmation. We get stopped out. Really gross. So we start the morning with an XAGE, and I synced my charts now, so it doesn't matter top or bottom anymore, which is great. That makes my life a lot easier. So we get stopped out. Pretty brutal way to start the morning. But then we have a reversal signal, right? With a VWAP reclaim. We're already in it. The moment it reclaims the 50 moving average, right? We see it low out, breaks the 200, then it reclaims the 200 and the 50. At this point, we love it. We enter right in as soon as it does that. It's good risk reward, right? We're probably timing it right at the bottom. And, you know, it's not like there's nothing to like here. We had massive volume, right? Our 30-day average is quite low, right? 3.6 million, and our current day volume's 13, right? So you can see the relative volume is quite high. So it's not like it's dead and we don't like it. We still think that there's a lot of potential here. And it does pay. The risk reward's nice, so we do get, you know, a full 5-to-1 trade, which is great. And it went as high as potentially 70%, and that would have been an 8.5-to-1. But, you know, we take our gains, and then we kind of forgot about it. Popped up in the morning. But as all things that run so hard to start the day, man, you can't run hard all day long, right? So you die off, and it recovering into the afternoon here is actually really strong. So we'll probably watch this tomorrow. Up next, GRO. And this was a bad trade for us as well. After hours movement, holds a 200. In the morning, it breaks down. And on the reclaim, we like it, right? We have entry here. This is our confirmed entry. We're a little late to it on this big green bar. It pops up. We get close. We get really close. We got to 0.65. Didn't take it though, right? We don't really typically scale out until we get to our goal, unless there's like a pre-market high, which is up here. So that's not relative for us. And just, you know, it is what it is. They don't all work out. So, you know, you may have seen me just have like great trade, great trade, great trade. They're not all great. Some days are bad. In fact, some days I don't have a green trade. But luckily for us, XAGE, you know, covers the gap because those gains did go 5-to-1, which is nice on the runners, helping us mitigate the two red trades for just slightly above break even, right? And then in the afternoon, well, I guess we had more. We had SXTP. So XAGE was a merger, right? The merger was like for 15 or 20 million, and they're only worth 5 or something. So a lot of upside there potentially. GRO had a conference call discussing their contract from the night before, which we seen, right? That power line contract. And then SXTP is doing oh, I don't even know. Babosis. Oh, that's that thing from the day before too. I remember that canine babosis, right? Yeah. So that was after hours from the day before. So just following these from the night before, and it did pay. Like, we're following the news pop. It dies off. It's on our watch list. Massive pump in the morning, but really dies off again. Like, that's kind of gross, isn't it? And then like is lower than it started. That's disgusting. So I'm glad we stayed away from that. Sometimes it's just about watching things, right? SKYQ. I don't have any. Oh no, we do have news. Strategic Digital Asset Initiative. We're gonna start a treasury. But it was fluff news. It wasn't. We bought crypto. Like, we have no. Like, we're gonna think about it, right? So you get the headline, and then people read the news, and it dies down. KAPA. I don't think this had news. Stick Titan. Stick Titan. That's probably a good website. It did have news this morning. So announces positive results from phase 2 prostate cancer. I was kind of asleep at the wheel at this point. And it performed well. We had cancer news the other day that did really well also, right? The testicular cancer. And news pop. Oh man, how did I miss this? Dang. This is totally our style. Oh man, even if you entered here on this candle, right? If you we could have entered here for sure. But even if you really waited to this one, your stop loss below the pullback low, and then scalp it 1-to-1. Easy. Right, I got the lines backwards because I was shorting SPY, but still, those are the same levels. What is that, 4-to-1? We got to change it. I think that would be a 4-to-1 long position. Let's take it at the suboptimal bar, right? We don't want to sugarcoat things. Sometimes it's hard to get a good fill, right? So make the setup less optimal. 3.6. Man, that would have been a nice play. It was on our watch list, but I was so sleepy this morning. And I think it was a pretty rough go of things. And I was like, man, I don't know. Yeah, this was a little bit later on in the morning. But you can't hit them all. And, that review lets us know that we did miss it. And we should probably pay more attention. Then we talked about all our trades already. Daily watch, CYCC. Really aggressive. Like, it was just halting all day. So many halts, so many gaps. You could play the gap fill strategy, but it's like, it gets a little convoluted when there's so many. It's like, which one? It's just so aggressive. It didn't make new highs in the afternoon, though, just barely. But you can see these upper wick rejections. Right? So it's like no buyers and just sellers at that level. If you had a volume profile on, you'd see that. What a wicked run, though. Like, that's crazy. Pre-market pop, fail VWAP, super fail VWAP, and then right in the morning just was unstoppable. Crazy. I don't really care for stuff that halts so much, to be honest. Did it have news? I don't have it written down, so I don't know. No news on that one. Wow. What about PLRZ? Did it have news? Yes, it did. NASDAQ listing is retained, which I guess is good. Yeah, some pre-market action, and then into the morning, some flow added to the watch list. It did die in the afternoon, though. Afternoon reversal, key level breakout 200. Probably sell at the VWAP, but it actually broke through the VWAP, which is crazy good sells. If we were going to play that, that's how it would be. Here's our reversal. Here's our key level. So we're entering there. Stop loss is below. Probably the reversal's better, but in this scenario, let's just do the pullback low, and then VWAP is your 1-to-1, and then you could have potentially gotten a 2, almost 3-to-1. And then the real winner of the day was our SPY put, which is disgusting. We did a 624 in the afternoon off this VWAP rejection. We had a market structure shift here off of a buy side liquidity rejection. So this would have been our market structure shift right here when this low blows out, right? So we have this red bar, make a market structure shift, which tries to invalidate, but ultimately holds. And that follows by our bearish reversal signal, and the rest is history, right? So it's, rally into VWAP, which is typically where if I was entering this position as a long on this reversal, that's where I'm taking profits, right? And because there's profit taking here, it's like an influx of sellers, a lack of strength, and the order book kind of flips around. And then we pair that, which is what creates the buy side liquidity. And then, as that kind of materializes, we get the market structure shift. And then as that holds, because it is the afternoon, then you do get that reversal to finally set. And then, everybody's just out of town. And so we pull up our SPY. We picked up these 624 puts live on our Twitch stream, by the way, for 29 cents. Down yonder. I was a little late to it, but it is what it is. Can we advance chart? I don't know if it'll show it to me. Yeah, it will. At 30 cents here, right? So we were a little bit late, but pretty early considering what happened. And obviously, like, you see the influx of volume here on these 624s. It just goes to show you the amount of people trading SPY options, even just the market maker, I guess, based off a similar signal, right? Where that VWAP fails to break, and it does now act as a point of resistance. And we get lucky, they're not all 734% gainers, because that's absolutely crazy, right? So I mentioned something that we just like to do with our profits. I've lost the chart here. But what a fantastic way to rinse those profits and magnify them, right? Which is really cool. So this was, my prize play of the day. That's how we played it and broke it down. I hope you enjoyed. SBET. And then we got to talk about GameStop. Oh, it's going to 32. How did I do this? Oh, it's the trade window. And then we go order, then market, take profit, sell. Don't we have that selected? Bill, take profit outside. Sell. Oh, it needs to be a limit. Oh, you can just click the button? Nice. Okay. Normally I don't do a lot of after hours trading here. So SBET been doing its thing, right? We talked about this since we bought in, right? And we were even late to our buy-in. We're like, okay, this gap is definitely gonna fill. I think a lot of people got in even at the start of the gap here, $9 at the start of the run, which is insane. But yeah, I mean, if you're just paying attention now, this company's like, we're gonna do an Ethereum treasury. We've got the co-founder of Ethereum on our board of directors. Great. Massive explosion up, all the way up to $125. But they've got to dilute to buy the crypto, right? So here's the pullback when people realize that. Big old gap down, right? Big old gap down. So when we enter the gap, for me, I was waiting for confirmation. The reversal on the 1 day, like we see the price on the 1 day break the EMAs, so we know that the reversal's incoming, it's inbound. So that's our entry, right? And then our take profits at the top of the gap, which we've now, in the last couple days accomplished, right? Taking profits as we go. Really selling a lot today, but that's how it works. You don't always get that gap, and you certainly don't always break above it. So we want to be scaling out, confirming some of those profits. So really nice play. We're up 72% on SBET. And just a nice slow play. Overall, our portfolio is looking quite nice. We're sitting at 116. We've realized $10,000 now profit, about 6,000 unrealized. We've got about 20K to deploy, but we're just kind of chilling, where there's no rush. You don't always have to have everything out there, and we are scaling out of a lot of our positions. SPY is down today. We've seen that. As we did puts, right? So maybe we can continue down. I don't know. We'll have to see. There's this gap here. We'll see if that can hold. If we get more downs, well, maybe we go really down to 614. Who knows? I would honestly love to see a 600 test again, but I don't think we'll make it to 680 again. And look how much these have moved up. Like, we kind of do these for a while now. And so the longer we can, consolidate at this level, the higher the EMAs will support and track up to. And probably the less extreme our pullback will be. We'll see, though. We'll see. This downtrend got demolished. By the way, it's crazy that this was just all the tariff shenanigans and then it just disappeared immediately. That's so wild to me. Absolutely insano. So SPY is just like all-time high every day. That's doing that thing. GameStop. Ryan was out doing interviews today. He was on CNBC first, I think, and I was like, oh my God, is this like a GameStop interview or a commercial for Asperger's? Oh, I'm just kidding, but for real though, homie did not like the hostility from Andrew. Not that Andrew was like really giving it out so much, but like, he does his job, right? And it's like, you ask the questions you're told to ask, and it's like, well, we're supposed to talk about GameStop. You're asking me about fucking Apple and Alibaba, which is fine, but he's there to promote GameStop. So, poor guy couldn't even make eye contact, and you can tell reading off a script or whatever, but he'll get some practice. It's been a while since he's been in the spotlight. And then he was on Fox with Charles Payne, which had a much more inviting aura. And you could tell Ryan was a lot more comfortable with that. And I get that, right? Like, I don't like hostility at all. So it's nice to feel welcome. I'm sure other people can confirm that. I'm sure everyone feels that same way, right? So the second interview was nice. I think it was maybe on Fox or something. I don't know, one of the other networks. I don't really watch United States news ever, or even Canadian news for that matter. Mainstream media, am I right? Media in general. But it happened, and I like to see what Ryan's up to, how he's looking, what he has to say, stuff like that. Didn't say much, but what is there to say? Collectible shop, trading cards, games when they sell. Yeah. As far as the chart, we got crushed today, which we knew was going to happen. We're going to continue being crushed. Did our bearish signal set? Soon. Very soon. If we can't, you know, get something going, it's just going to be channel trading. Right? See if we can hold this bottom trend line. This one got invalidated. Hold the double bottom. I think this one's probably good to go. That one's probably good to go. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't look good. Even the 15 minutes probably not looking good anymore. Yeah. Pretty gross since this morning. And the 30 minutes, I believe, will look similar to that. Yeah, looking pretty gross since this morning's kind of sell-off. We did have pre-market high a little bit, but it's not gap fill territory, and you know that's what we want to do. Same as with SBET, you know, we want to fill that gap up. It'll go. It's when will it go, right? So be patient. Make sure your calls have some theta on them, and you know, if it doesn't happen in enough time, we'll roll out, right? Like I think October 17th is the earliest I'm really targeting date wise. So plenty of time, and we'll roll them to January if we need to, and we'll update everyone on that process, of course, as well, and try to pull out some more 700% gains to roll into GameStop, of course, right? So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you have any questions, comments, hit me up. Happy to help. And yeah, good luck trading.